So you'll see I'm sat in the Tesla studio today. Got to admit, I mean, it's pretty amazing with this glass roof and everything. It's beautiful, but so hot. You know, a black car and you've got this panoramic roof, the thing turns into an absolute oven. So I've had the air conditioning going for ages, but now I've just got the windows open so you can actually hear me. Well, hopefully you can hear me. You might just hear wind noise. But anyway, you don't want to hear about a Tesla, do you? You want to hear about the IONIQ 5. And yes, the IONIQ 5 has been sold. It's very sad. So, IONIQ 5, I bought it on, we bought it, I should say, on the 2nd of August 2021. Here we are in the IONIQ 5. Whew, I can't believe I finally got it. And we paid, I should know this now, shouldn't I? 48,000, and then there was a tow bar, which is about 900, a dealer fitted tow bar. I think that's right. I'm going to flash it on screen because my capacity for remembering numbers is not good. So I bought it 2nd of August. And I put an advert on Auto Trader on the 14th of July, and then it was sold on the 21st of July. So it didn't take long to sell it. Let me just tell you a little bit about the things I had to pay for. The advert cost £49.95. If you've seen my Italy video, you'll have seen that I scratched one of the alloy wheels. I really wish I got a telepass thing. Oh, what's that? I think I've just scratched the alloy wheel. Shit. Before I go in the hotel, I'm going to look at this alloy wheel. Don't really want to. There it is. You know, that's not too bad. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. I know a guy that will sort that out. Yeah, so that wasn't a good moment for me. And funnily enough, I say funnily enough, not funny at all, the Fiat 500, when we had that, Fiat 500e I should say, I managed to scratch the alloy on that just before selling as well. So I had to fix the alloy then, and I got the same guy out, Anthony from Auto Refined, very nice guy. I think he serves most of Kent in the UK. If you're in Kent, talk to him, he's great. So he sorted that out, and he also sorted out a couple of scratches which I somehow managed to get whilst I was in Italy, when in Rome. Because if you go to Italy, you'll notice that pretty much every car there has a scratch or a dent. So yeah, £105 that was. I got it cleaned because I'm terrible at cleaning cars. Really awful. I tried to clean it a few weeks ago or so, and it was just awful. I had this thing called Demon Foam, which was obscene, really. It was obscene. I mean, it was disgusting. So I've got this Demon Foam. It doesn't come out properly. It just squirts everywhere. Unless I shake. Oh god, it's so awful. Yeah, I didn't do at all well with that. So I got a guy, Joss, and he was fantastic. His company's back to best. Oh, look at that, beautiful. And that was £60, and he did a brilliant job. And then after that, because we keep having rain with like Saharan dust in it, so I got a cover from Amazon, and I can't remember how much that was, but if you're interested then I'll stick the link up. But I got that cover as well, just to keep the car nice, because I wasn't going to use it. We had the Tesla, so I just used the Tesla for long journeys, and obviously the Leaf we've still got. 3 inquiries on the day that the advert went live, so there must have been people, well, I'm assuming there was partly people that had an alert for the IONIQ 5, and there was one other Project 45 edition out, because I had the Project 45 trim. That was the special edition one with the solar roof, pop out handles, which is quite nice. I don't know if they've put that back. They couldn't do that because of component issues, I think, so most IONIQ 5s don't have that, so that one did. A little magnet that said Project 45, and something that says Project 45 on the side of the car as well. Anyway, it was the top spec, all-wheel drive, all that sort of stuff. Good luck trying to get an all-wheel drive IONIQ 5 at the moment, because they're like gold dust. You've got about a year wait. Anyway, so there was one other Project 45 on Auto Trader, and that was just priced a little bit more. So we put that on for £53,000, and I thought that was quite a fair price really, because it had the dealer fitted tow bar and the mileage was 8,484. So not a low mileage particularly, but not too bad, and that's, you know, and it was less than a year old, of course. Hyundai warranties are 5 years, so this had just over 4 years of warranty left on it. So yes, so I had 3 inquiries on the day, and the couple that have subsequently bought it, they had actually seen my video, and I think that was probably the reason they got in quick with the inquiry. So one of the things that made this deal a little bit complicated really was that we hadn't bought it with cash, because not many people have £49,000 cash, do they? So we did a PCP deal. PCP is a type of finance where after a certain set amount of time, 2 years, 2 years, 3 years, whatever you set, you can decide to either keep the car, in which case you pay what's called a balloon payment, or you can swap it for a new model, still with Hyundai in this case, but that's a really popular way of financing a car. And of course at any point you can just decide to sell the car, but then the issue you have, of course, is that you don't own the car, and you can't sell something that you don't own. So I spoke to the buyers. I had put it in the advert that there was a PCP finance still outstanding on it, and they were wonderful, and we had 2 options really. They could either pay me the full amount and then I would pay off the finance when they were here, or someone else messaged me and recommended another option, which is that they pay off the finance, and then it's kind of in their hands a little bit more, and that's what we did in the end. So I got a settlement figure from Hyundai, and I gave it to the buyers. They paid it, and then we just had a bit of a waiting game, because it takes like 2 working days for that to clear. So we had to keep checking the Hyundai website just to make sure that it had cleared. And it cleared, I think, on the day before they came, if that's right. And so that was all good. You've got to think that this deal does involve an awful lot of trust. I mean, trust of, for me, of them, and vice versa, because they could have paid the settlement figure, they could have paid off the finance, and actually the car's still in my name. I could have just moved country or something like that, and they'd be without a car and without a lot of money. But of course I would hope that no one would ever do that kind of thing. And as I did put in the advert, I do have a channel, a YouTube channel, so I'm quite easy to trace really. I'm not going to just pocket someone's money and then bugger off. But just be aware, if you do another deal, you've really got to trust the other person quite a lot. So anyway, they were fine with it. We did a video chat. They were about 100 miles away or something like that. It wasn't really convenient for them to come down and see the car particularly. So I did a walk around video. There was one scratch on the door, annoyingly, which I missed when the guy was here fixing the other ones. So I just showed them that. I showed them, around the car. It was obviously nice and clean, and that kind of thing. That's a big preamble. You want to know how much we got for it, I suppose. I put it on Auto Trader for £53,000, and that's how much the buyers gave. The settlement figure, so this is the amount that I still owed to Hyundai, was £33,821.17. So the buyers paid off that, and then they paid us the balance, which was £19,178.83. And when we bought the car, we paid a £12,000 deposit. We had made 10 monthly payments of £500.41, so that was the amount that we were paying off each month. So, taking all of that into consideration, the profit was £2,174.73. So that's how much we made on the car for almost a year old, just less than a year old, really. And that's pretty good, really. I mean, it just shows you that the used market is crazy for all cars, not just EVs. Particularly crazy for EVs at the moment, and particularly crazy, of course, for the IONIQ 5, given that it's in such high demand. If we decided to take off the cost of the alloy wheel and the cleaning, and the advert, then that's £1,959.78. So that's kind of our final profit. We're happy with that. I mean, my wife, who I don't think will join us on this video, but you never know, she wanted more money for it. So
and hopefully we're gonna make some money out of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, to be honest.
Yeah, no. Put it out for 60,000 and see what happens.
I don't like the idea of pushing my luck too much with this kind of thing, you know. I mean, partly for the fact that it's just profiteering, and I hate the idea of that, you know. But also just the fact that if you put on a car for more than it's worth, and someone's got an alert set up on Auto Trader or whatever, then they'll miss out seeing it initially. And I don't know, when you reduce the price, if they then get another alert. I'm not sure if it works like that. So I didn't want to take that chance. I thought 53,000, I thought that was a fair price. And so I'm very happy that's what we got. Some other things to mention: I did have the 12-volt battery monitor fitted to it, and I just couldn't be bothered to remove it, and I thought it was quite useful to leave that on there for the buyers. So I just left that in the end. It's only about, what, £20 or something like that, so that would have been a bit tight, I think, just trying to remove that. I had to remove BlueLink from the car. BlueLink is the connectivity thing that Hyundai has got, so I had to remove that from the car, inside the car, before they got it. So I actually did that when they were here, because I completely forgot, and luckily they reminded me. So I did that. But annoyingly, after doing that, it means I don't have access to the app. Well, I mean, that makes sense, because obviously otherwise I'd be able to track where they were. But it also means I don't have access to any of the stats. And I never even looked at them before I did that. So I'm really kicking myself about that. So I thought, well, okay, maybe there's a way of logging onto Hyundai's website and getting it off that, and I don't think I can. So, really annoying. I don't know what my stats were at the end. I didn't even think to look. Everything felt like a bit of a rush, really, at the end. But anyway, what I can tell you is, yes, the odometer was 8,484. The solar panel, I don't know if anybody, do you care about this? I'm not sure. The solar panel had generated 101,717 watt hours. It's more than filled up the battery just using the solar roof, which is cool. The range, what was I getting then? I was getting 252 miles at 100% at the time I sold it. Most of the routes we did were going to my daughter's school. That's on a 60-mile-an-hour road, very hilly, uphill at the end. So it's not, that's not driving through town kind of stuff. When I was testing it a little bit, driving through town, I would be getting about more like 290, sometimes 300 miles of range, but very, very rarely that kind of range, really. It was about, I mean, the average consumption, I would have said, was about 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour in the period of owning the car. So something else, if you're selling a car, remember to do this. Remove it from any kind of parking things that you might have it on. Like there's automatic parking things in Canterbury, so if you go park, then it senses your number plate and it will pay for the parking. Remove it from that. Obviously remove any parking permits you might have, and also we got the Dartford tunnel, so I did have to remove the Dart charge, and that took a little bit of time because I removed that on the day before the couple picked it up, and it hadn't removed itself yet. They weren't able to add the car yet, so just bear that in mind. It takes a little bit of time. Final thoughts on the IONIQ 5, well, final for this video anyway, until I do the review. I loved the car. I'm so sad to see it go. It's still the coolest looking car out there, I think, EV or otherwise. I just think it's just amazing. It's kind of retro, modern, funky. It looks like Robocop's car, I just loved it. Inside, it was airy, massive, and it was just, I loved it. Someone said on Twitter, because I mentioned it on Twitter that I'd sold it, and someone said, is there anything you're going to miss? And the thing I'm going to miss the most about it actually is not the way it looks or anything, even though that's cool, but vehicle to load. I'm really going to miss that. If we have a power cut here, then we can't plug into the Tesla to power the house. And is there anything I'm not going to miss about the IONIQ 5? Not really. I maintain that the sat-nav is not as good in terms of planning a journey with charging stops. It's not as good as Tesla. Well, I mean, it's kind of non-existent. It doesn't plan journeys to charging stops. You can, it certainly won't suggest them anyway. You can select a charger, but it won't tell you, oh yeah, charge here, here, here. So that's something I'm not going to miss. You know, I just use a better route planner anyway, and that's not a big deal. And what else is there? It is a big car. The IONIQ 5, the turning circle is pretty big. It's like a tank when you're trying to get around small British car parks, multi-storey car parks and things. So that's something I'm not going to miss. But other than that, everything about that car was an absolute dream. Charged quick, looked cool, loads of space, great for passengers, nice to drive, comfortable. The suspension was soft and nice, and I just loved it. Yeah, brilliant car. So I'm very sad. And with that, I'm going to leave the video, I think. If you've got any questions, if there's anything I've missed, if there's anything you would like to know about the sale or about the IONIQ 5 in general, then do let me know and I'll hopefully be able to tell you. And that's it, I think. So just remember, don't unsubscribe, because there are other IONIQ 5 videos coming. And that's it, I think. Thank you very much for watching. And please press the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified of other videos. And I'll be back very soon. Bye for now. It's an emotional moment, it really is.